A lot of people were surprised by their Apple Replay results or their Spotify Wrapped results. I really wasn't surprised. I know what I listen to, and I'm pretty intentional with the music that I listen to. So I wasn't surprised. What I was surprised by was the order of some of the artists. For example, let's look here. I got YoungBoy number 1. That's not a surprise whatsoever. By far my favorite new artist of the new generation. I got Thug second, which isn't surprising either. This was a big Thug year for me. I guess just because he was locked and just because I'm reminiscing and reflecting over his career and his life as a figure, an influential black figure, and as a musical figure. You know, like, this is the first time that an artist is being put away for this long, or potentially being put away for this long. So that, my year was very much a Thug year. I ain't surprised by that. Travis is always going to be around my top 5. Travis just like that. One of my favorite artists. A lot of this is Astroworld stuff and his older stuff. But of course, Utopia came out this year, so it's going to be up there. Mobb Deep, man, one of my favorite rap groups of all time. Probably my favorite duo of all time. I don't think there's a question outside of that. But this was a big Mobb year for me because it's just gritty out here. It's just real. It's just real. You need to listen to real music. I think these 4 encapsulate that grittiness that you need to have in life. We got Kanye number 5. Kanye is my favorite artist of all time. My favorite musical artist of all time. So it's no surprise he's up there. He got a lot of rotation with College Dropout this year. I listened to a lot of College Dropout and songs that I didn't really like when I was younger. Kanye was always my favorite artist from the time I was a child, but there were certain songs that I just didn't listen to for some reason. And lo and behold, it came back as a nice surprise that now that I'm a little older, I can appreciate these songs differently. Got Metro Boomin number 6. That's largely because of his album, Heroes and Villains. I also listened to that Spider-Man album. I didn't really like that one so much, but the Heroes and Villains album, that's a once-in-a-generation type album. That's Metro's magnum opus, if I could say so myself. Future, there's a wide body of work. A lot of his music is always going to show up in my playlist. That's one thing I should say, is that these artists are here largely because they are most represented in my playlist. I'm a big playlist person. I listen to albums as well, but playlist is the major way I listen to music. So Metro and Future, especially my gym, my bike riding playlist, my hosting music. I host a lot of events and parties and functions at my home, so I'm always DJing with music that's going to represent Future and Metro and that type of new age sound. Number 8 is Nas, who is my favorite rapper of all time. So he's always going to get play, and he's had new albums come out. But I've been diving into Nas's 2000s work a little more. His new work is great, and of course his old work is great, but his 2000s work, when he was in a special place, man, he was a little messed up. His mom had just passed. People were saying he was falling off. The whole Jay-Z beef, hip-hop was dying. Everything was piling up. And Nas, I feel like, had the pressure to be a savior when it came to the hip-hop thing. So it was a lot of pressure on him. And to hear that in the music is great. Uzi's number 9, one of my favorite new age artists of all time. Pink Tape came out this year, and I wasn't a big fan. I must say, not a big fan of the Pink Tape. Couple songs here and there. It's just not really my sound. That's where I sound real old, is that like this whole new type of rock, hyper pop type sound is definitely not for me, at least right now. Maybe I'll look back on it in a couple years, because many friends of mine and others within my generation are huge Pink Tape fans. So maybe there's something I'm missing. And Uzi's a genius, so I'll come back to that at some point. Wu-Tang number 10. This was the 30th anniversary of Enter the 36. So that kind of came back to my life a little bit. And the Wu has been speaking to me in a way that's very instructive to my life as a leader. You know, the Wu they're not so much like a team. They're more like an alliance. They're more of like a brotherhood, like a family. And I'm taking a lot of notes from that. There's a lot that I can learn in my personal life and trying to lead others that the Wu can teach through their music. And of course, the Jizza is just astronomical genius when it comes to teaching and science and understanding knowledge of self. So of course Jizz are gonna be up there. I got back into Liquid Swords this year. The long production, like the atmospheric beats, that really meshed well with my fall and my winter, which is winter right now, and like this is kind of the headspace that I'm in. So it makes sense. Jizz is up there. We got Kendrick next, one of my favorite rappers of all time. What did I listen to mostly about Kendrick this year? I mean, it's all over the place with Kendrick. I started getting back into Section 80 a little bit. Untitled and To Pimp a Butterfly, if you can bundle those together, those are my two favorite Kendrick projects. That time in Kendrick's artistry and his career really speaks to me. Man, he was diving deep into the history, into music and funk. He was in a special place when he made that. Not a big Mr. Morale fan. I actually only listened to the when it first dropped. I only listened to it once, that first time when it came out. You know, it spoke to me a little bit. I was listening to him, but in terms of replay value, I guess I just got to make time for it. Daedelus. I don't even know how to say his name, but I discovered him this year. He's one of my new favorite artists, bar none. As you can see, I discovered him over a month ago at this point. So about 5-6 weeks, he racked up 576 minutes. And this is just off of pretty much one album. It's called Invention. Daedelus is experimental, like dance, electronic type stuff. Don't get pushed away from that label, like electronic and dance. It's not what you think. It's really introspective. If you like Madlib, if you like that type of production, I really can't put words to it. I'm struggling to find how to describe it. A lot of sample heavy old music incorporated with new stuff. Go give it a listen. Go listen to Invention by Daedelus. Do yourself a favor. Number 14, Gunna. I'm not a huge Gunna fan. He's represented here because he's in a lot of my playlists and he's featured a lot on songs that I like. I like a lot of Gunna songs. I'm not gonna get into the whole thing with YSL or whatever. That doesn't affect how much I listen to him or not. I wasn't the biggest fan before he got locked. That album came out this year. That was okay. Some good songs on there that I really appreciated. So that's, I'm sure, why he's on here. Cardi, I'm actually surprised he's not higher up. I love Cardi. Cardi is one of my favorite artists. I guess that he just don't have too much recent work. That's got to be it. Because I listen to a whole lot of Red a lot. And I listen to Self-Titled a lot as well. And Dial It, of course. But let's look at my top songs. Man, this is funny. This is where I'm surprised. My top song is Love D-Thang. It was just called Love. It's by D-Thang. He's a drill artist from New York. This is not a surprise, honestly, because this is a big hype song for me. This is just a great song you could rap along to. D-Thang got this hype ass, like, up-tempo voice. He got a lot of energy. Free D-Thang, man. That's my guy. I got Bubblegum next up by Quavo. This is an upbeat song. I guess that's why it's my number 2 play song. Very random, though. It's a good song. Very upbeat. I just didn't expect it to be number 2. Number 3 is Watts by C-High Watts. Rest in peace to C-High Watts. Another drill rapper from New York City, unfortunately, was murdered a couple years ago. This is a haunting song. This was the last song that he released before he passed. You feel the energy in this kid, bro. C-High is one of my top artists. I remember at some point earlier in the year, he was really who I was listening to. I was really being spoken to by him. Number 4, I Came Through by YoungBoy. If you know, you know, man. That's a real hype song right there. I play this a lot before the gym or just when I need a pick-me-up. Bad 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 with Lil Baby by Thug. This was like my song of the summer. This is like upbeat, triumphant, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm that nigga. Like, that's what Thug was expressing in this song. I love this song. Great beat too. 6 is Gangsta with Quando on Colors, which was, that's a great tape. Gotta get back to that. But Yeah, this was one of my songs of the year in the earlier part of the year when it was like winter time. So January, February, March, I had this on replay. Why? Because go listen to the lyrics of this song. This is triumphant music. This is like, not only am I that guy, like, I don't need y'all to notice, like, I'm him, but in a way that's like, bro, I'm doing me only, bro. I don't even need no entourage. I don't need no crew. Like, I'm just gangster, bro. Like, I'm gonna die like that. I'm gonna go out like that. YoungBoy's him, bro. Quando got that swag too. Lock in my lap, great beat. That's just like you getting your zone. Listen to that before the gym or while you working out. Right Through You by Bands. Band's my guy. Band's my guy. That's a great song. This is like SoundCloud era stuff. I'll be playing a lot of this stuff in the winter. If you notice, I'm very seasonal with my music. So Right Through You is like a winter song. Hercules, peak summer song. This is like, yo, if you want to get hype, put this song on, bro. A lot of my top songs is hype songs. I just have them on loop. Trance, the opposite of a hype song. This is the chopped and slop version of trance. Drop, top, and rain. Like, yo, this is tough. No, that's a different song. But that whole Chopped album, man, I love Heroes and Villains, but the chopped and slop version brings out Metro's like real creative side and his influences and stuff, and like the vocals of these artists that we already know and love. It's taken to another level. Got Eye to Eye, another SoundCloud era band song, great song. Lowdown, that was just like, baby songs is just hype, so they're gonna be played in the rotation. Dropping Jewels, that's a real introspective song, and that's a real like, yo, Dropping Jewels, if you know with Thug, bro. Thug is the guy who really led the charge of all of this for his family, for his team, for the city, like. And unfortunately, if you do good things, you provide for others, like, that's gonna come back to get you in a way that's like, man, you was betrayed, you know? So go listen to that song. Thug is really speaking facts on that. Abracadabra, that was so tough, bro. That was a song of the summer for me. That's a great song. Like, it's so strange. Like, it starts right in the middle of the song, you know, like the beat just starts. Travis has a crazy, like, the way his voice sounds on that song is just very infectious. And Thug's verse, I mean, like, you just got to hear his voice, bro. A lot of this is like, the reason they standing out, these songs, is because something about their voice, I can hear something in them that's speaking to me. You know, like, they real passionate on the track. And The Score by Lil Tecca, that's a song that my man's Mills put me on to. Tecca, he's cool, bro. I like a lot of his music, and I like his flow. He's a chill dude. The Score, though, it's a real short song. I don't know where he got this inspiration of, like, creativity from. It's a very unique song. And he got great vocals, bro. He a good singer. So that's a great song. Real chill, summer type song. My albums, number one is Liquid Swords. Like I said, I got back into it. That's been on rotation for me heavy. See how many plays I got. Invention, like I said, Daedelus, go listen to that. Incredible, just incredible. I saw the album artwork for this, and I just knew immediately that this was going to be something that spoke to me, and it did right then and there. That's how powerful it is. Utopia, I liked Utopia. I did. And in retrospect now, I think it's going to age very well. It was a good album, very creative. He put his time and hard work into it. That's always going to come out well. I will say that with Utopia, it wasn't the kind of impact that Astroworld had. And Astroworld didn't even have the impact of, say, like a Birds or a Rodeo did. I love all of these albums, but I want to be hit the way that I was hit with, like, Heroes and Villains or Superheroes. Whatever. What is that Metro album? I don't even know the names of a lot of this stuff. I just be listening. But I was hit with that in a way that I was like, this is an instant classic. Utopia, I didn't necessarily feel that. And I was looking for a little more trap type sounding, because the older school hip hop stuff, like, Travis don't got the lyricism to be doing that so much, but it sounded good and it was well done. So no complaints from me. Don't Try This at Home. I just played that a lot when it first came out. Not a huge fan of it. YoungBoy is hit or miss. Obviously, he releases so much music. He's hit or miss with a lot of his music, his new music for sure. But that's fine. You know, you putting out a lot of music. He doesn't really have that much to do. He's on house arrest, so it's like, bro, it's not gonna be all classic music all the time. But this one has some good stuff. Business is Business. I listened to that a lot just because it was a new Thug project. A lot of people didn't like it. There was some stuff on it that I really liked. 3860, this is fucking hard, bro. This is like, these niggas is just so on point. Like, that's what it is. Like, they don't care about nothing, bro. They care about music. They care about their family and their niggas and shit. But they really on their own shit, bro. You cannot say that for a lot of artists. And that's why I hold YoungBoy in a different echelon, because he's really about him, bro. And not in a narcissistic way. He can have his flaws and stuff when it comes to, like, the public image type thing. But when it comes to the realness, which is his work and his people, it's unmatched and it sounds very good. And that's why I respect this album so much. Because he was really not putting Rondo on, but he was giving QRN a platform to really express himself in a way that we wouldn't have really seen on a solo project. So I appreciate that a lot. Iron Man, I was letting that play a lot while I was cooking over the year. It's just like a good album to just play. Ghost is a great Wu member who's like more soulful and more like stream of consciousness type rapper. And Iron Man is like the perfect example of that. Heroes and Villains, of course, that's what it's called, Heroes and Villains. Superheroes, the Future song, right? Pink Tape, I played it a couple times through. It didn't do it for me. Voir Dire, I only listened to this like maybe once or twice. I'm a big Earl fan, but it's tough to get into his stuff on first listen or second listen unless you really read in the lyrics. And I haven't done that with this. I do remember getting like little bits and pieces and I'm like, oh, all right. Earl really came with his pen game. Boy Meets World, this is one of the best albums that I listened to this year. This was great. Sleepy is one of these dudes that's like, bro, he was locked up, but in that time you could tell that he was really getting in his bag. You know, like introspecting and whatnot. The music came out great. This is good stuff. I think artists need to follow this model if they want to do the drill type sound and like the Jersey club beats. It's like you can't be yelling and screaming and just copying and all the nonsense. You got to be creative, or you got to be an artist. Tap into your inner artist. You know, like your legacy and stuff, your heritage. Sleepy is Caribbean, I'm pretty sure. He's from Flatbush, so it's like, bro, that's natural to us. For all the dogs, Drake. I am not a Drake fan. I listened to it because it came out and it's like mandatory listening. Was not a fan. You know, like in the songs that are good by Drake, it's like, you know, it's a Drake song. So I've never been a big fan of Drake. Wherever he's at as an artist or where he's at in his personal life, it translates to his music. And it's like, yo, I don't want to hear you complaining about women. And you almost 40 years old. You know, like everybody has problems with women until the time they die, you know, like, or just relationships in general. Everybody goes through something, but to go through the kind of things that I think 19-year-olds go through and to be talking about it when you're 40 years old, making music about it, it just doesn't speak to me. I think it speaks too much to a toxic culture of people that think it's fun to be toxic and this cycle of like, you know, situationships, whatever that is. Everybody, y'all know what I'm talking about. This whole culture of like toxicity. I'm not down with that. I don't want to listen to music like that. There were some songs that sounded good, but are they going to make it to the playlist? Nah. And I wasn't able to listen to the deluxe, which some people said was good, so I'll check that out. Astroworld, one of my favorite albums of all time. So that's going to be up there. These last three, AI YoungBoy 2 is my favorite YoungBoy album of all time. One of my favorites, period. College Dropout. I was telling y'all I got back into that this year, so not surprising that they're there. What is really not surprised that my top genres is hip-hop rap, East Coast rap, hardcore rap. Like those, I'm a hip-hop head, for sure. And everything I listen to is kind of like hip-hop based. I listen to a lot of jazz, soul, some house music, but it's mainly hip-hop, as you can see. I guess they're considering, yeah, R&B, soul as like the soul music that I listen to, like old school stuff. And these are my playlists, which is not really relevant to y'all. These milestones, I mean, yeah, you reach these milestones pretty early in the year. 1,000 artists, I got that in October. So is that it? They're not gonna show me nothing else? My top songs, top artists, top albums. Yeah, I guess what else is there to see? What is this? Oh, this is just my playlist. All right, let's take a look through this. These are just my top songs of the year. Hate Love, 22 G's. 22 G's. I would say 22. Favorite that. Oh, Brooklyn Butterfly. That was my song of the summer, bro. Like, this is a reggae song. So this is like mad nostalgic for me. It's like 90s reggae. Again, Thug, Busy, Thug. Like Thug is all over my top played, bro. Old YoungBoy, like hype YoungBoy, chess boxing. Like, these are songs that get me, like, you feel me, like up here. So I'm not surprised he's up here. April 14th, check that song out, yo. That's what Kanye sampled for Blame Game. But this is like just the piano version, like the original version. Y'all gotta check that out. That's a beautiful song. Florida Boy by Jay Osama. I just found that song. Somebody played it for me about this time last year. And I heard he passed, or at least I looked it up and he passed. I really hope that's not the case. It's like a 6-year-old song at this point. But yeah, that's a tough song. You remind me of old Sosa. See, Whispers so good, like Old Soul. Yeah, a lot of YoungBoy, a lot of Thug. We can skip over a lot of these. Future. Gotta favorite all of these. Y'all gotta make sure to favorite your songs on Apple because they suggest better songs to you based off of your favorites. Yeah, these is all lining up. See, I got Michael Jackson in there. So it's all songs that get me up there. So if you want like a gym playlist or like a hype playlist, just like to make you feel more like triumphant, not just hyper. You want to feel a little more triumphant, listen to a lot of these songs. YoungBoy, Thug, and these are a lot of drill songs too that's going to get you hype. Yeah, you know what's funny? I listen to a lot of hip hop, like old school rap, like 90s, 2000s, 80s rap. But they're not shown on the top songs because there's not necessarily specific songs that pop up so much. So you can see there's Mobb Deep songs here and there and some Wu songs. But other than that, I'm constantly just listening to a variety of artists from throughout the decades. So it's not surprising. Yeah, you see like ODB is up here. Man, RIP ODB, bro. One of the greatest ever. Yeah, you see, it's not too many hip hop songs on here. It's a lot of my hype songs, a lot of my playlist music. So that's a rap. Not a Spotify rap, Apple Music rap. Let's see what they're suggesting me. Yeah, you see, it's like gonna show you some of your favorite songs from the year. All right, so we're gonna keep it tight, keep it there. That's my replay, my Wrapped. Hey man, I'm new to YouTube. I just started uploading some of my TikTok stuff. I've been on TikTok for a little bit, but I'm just trying out this longer form stuff. And I'm gonna try to do it this style with no editing, you know, just raw, uncut, just let y'all hear what my thoughts is and some of my music taste. I could give a lot more in-depth analysis, prepare some notes, and give y'all some more details, you know, as opposed to just riffing off on what my preferences and my opinions are. I think y'all would like to hear a little more of the nuance. So let me know your feedback if you happen to be watching this. Let me know what you think about this style of video. Of course, what you think about my music and the replay stuff. Tell me what some of your favorite artists are. I wonder if the algorithm's gonna link us up because I listen to a certain kind of music that, you know, it's not very obscure. It's what a lot of people my age and in my demographic listen to. You know, I think it would be cool to see a little community, a collection of people that come together to talk about this kind of stuff. I just want to get more involved on this YouTube music discussion, this hip hop thing, all of that. So let me know what you think. I'm wide open to feedback, man. I'm just requesting feedback here. So let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, subscribe, like, whatever you do. And comment, bro. Comment. I want to interact and engage. I'm not even really trying to grow here. I'm trying to engage with a community. I'm trying to build a community. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know what you think. Share whatever you got to share and be good. Peace.